studio. You never know.
Yeah. Well, who knows these days? But we are here for the IEM Shanghai qualifiers, and we don't have too much time because we're just about to get underway with the pistol. So I'm just going to quickly jump into the bracket and show you guys what we're having a look at tonight. It is Legacy versus Order that we're having a look at on the mainstream here. Chiefs and Taboo going on at the moment, but it might be time to jump into the game here. So let's just quickly over into the pistol round, Kev.
Yep, absolutely. And I've completely forgotten how to do... How did we ever cast before, Jordan?
Honestly, I don't know. Casting is hard, but we'll work our way into it. Online casting, definitely very difficult, but let's have a look and see what Legacy are doing here on the pistol round. It's looking like he's having a look into mid, and this is an interesting thing to talk about while there's not too much happening, is of course those new changes to Legacy. I suppose they're not too new now, but fairly recent roster changes.
I think it's intriguing because before Blitz was actually very functional as a primary AWPer, but putting him into the secondary AWPer, he can definitely demolish people with the rifle as well. So getting Sterling has always been so young and sharp on the UAWP is actually a really good thing for Legacy. I have to see how well they go against Order though. Obviously on Inferno, they're a very well-structured team and the good flashbangs from Legacy so far. Flashbangs aren't good enough though because Alistair's still entrenched in the position and he can play around with Sicko for days until finally he's taken out. But at this stage, Sicko's just allowed to kill everyone.
Yeah, Lonsdale on his own. And like you said, Sicko, oof, another sharp shot out from him. So 3 kills there for Sicko. Absolutely no complaints for him. And I'm going to try and fix the FPS, but I'm not sure what else I can do sort of what I've just done. So hopefully that makes a difference. I know it's a little bit laggy, guys. Bearing in mind, this is a bedroom broadcast, so not all the whole kit and caboodle that we normally have in the studio. But anyway, let's see if that makes a difference. We go into the gun round.
I did clips a little bit of that, of the pistol round, but what I wanted to say as well is that Order are very strong in Inferno. I think Legacy also picked Inferno as well, which has been historically a very strong map for them. Pretty ballsy in all honesty, because Order have been able to push teams like Cloud9 to the limit. Legacy have not been able to do the same, and I think for Order, especially after losing ESL, AU, and NZ championships this weekend, they've got something to improve. They need to take this out convincingly.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a matchup that we sort of expected they were going to win. Obviously, I didn't really get to talk to you much about that game in particular, Kevin, but you know, when we were talking about it on the cast, myself and Brainstorm, and then on the analyst desk as well, everyone was pretty much going and saying Order should end up winning that matchup. But yeah, and Chiefs came away with the victory. So now, like you said, a bit of a redemption story here, perhaps, for Order as Legacy start to make inroads into the A bomb site, and not just the A bomb site, but also into CT spawn.
This is really good territory where they can position themselves. All they need to do right now, Soju and Stat just need to slow down. They don't need to hasten the pace, but I mean, with Blitz getting the first entry over it, I think it was lurking around, is at least able to buy a little bit more attention back to the A bomb site. The question is now, what does Stat want to do? He has to try to keep Hats anchored, who's able to sit here, and Lonsdale's in. This is really poorly done by Legacy. We're in 2 minds.
Well, still a 2 versus 2, and considering they started out with only pistols in this round, they could potentially make something happen. Now, they do have that little split, the banana, and if Stat finds a kill here, or if the trade can come out from Blitz, then it is anyone's game, but Hat seems to have this one on lockdown. Blitz will end up actually winning that duel, but there's no time for him to actually get the bomb down. So Emag doing what he needs to do, just sitting here and hiding, and he will probably even still get this kill as well. Nope. It's just going to hightail it out into banana, and he'll be quite safe to save that gun as well by the looks of things. Now, Kev, I'm just going to make you a little bit louder. Probably not too much louder, but we'll see.
One point that I did want to bring up, actually, interesting enough, I did say that Chiefs would win AU and NZ. I can't remember when I said it.
Okay.
But I thought that it's because their form on that weekend was better, because they were just consistently good, right? Order have been very intermittent at times. They're very inconsistent, and I think that's what we'll see in this game as well. You'll see rounds where they look absolutely dominant, and then other rounds where they just go completely missing, and you just go, what's going on here? But even other like maps, as it's going to be a best of 3, and so I think it might come tight in terms of the scores, but I think the class will kind of show through at the end of the day. Nevertheless, Legacy didn't get the bomb plant down, did a lot of damage, so Order going to be kept very honest here.
Yeah, definitely. Legacy, not a bad squad, not a bad shout. We'll see how they go, though, throughout these qualifiers. They do, at the moment, have All-Mate Sniper doing a little bit of coaching for them as well. So we'll see whether or not that makes a difference. And I mean, I think they are a team that can actually contest here against Legacy. We've seen it. I mean, obviously, so far, this roster hasn't actually ended up winning a map against Order. But they have had some OTs and that kind of thing. So I think there's a chance here for Legacy. But if I had to give a prediction, I think I'd be looking at a 2-0 for Order tonight.
I guess it goes down to is like what we call 80-20% against the first buy round, and this is pretty bad already for Legacy because they don't even have an AWP, and Blitz doesn't even have an assault rifle. They've got a lot of utility, which is I guess the only redeeming factor in this round for them. Their firepower is going to be a little bit reduced. Similarly to those CTs, they don't have everything to fight with, but early on, Control and Nana are really risky by Legacy.
But yeah, this will open up first kill of this round, and obviously this is the round that Legacy want to sort of prove something in. That first gun round, so the CZ coming out there for Blitz, but aside from that, the AKs definitely enough to make something happen. You know, they've got utility, they've got smokes, they've got flashbangs, Molotovs, everything like that. But you know, not really being able to make too much of an impact just yet here on Order, and Order for their own right, not doing anything too crazy. You know, they're just sitting back, quite content in their bomb sites, waiting for this push from Legacy.
I think the trick for Legacy right now is that they need to be taking better Nana control. And you can already see actually with Legacy this round, they just utilize numbers. I'll hold that thought for Jordan. They're coming into the B bomb site right now.
They certainly are. And it's going to be up to these two B defenders, Hats and Liaz, and only one is going to be taken down there for Legacy. So all in all, not too bad of a attack into the B site. Now it's a 3 versus 3 for the retake, and we know how difficult that can be on the B-bomb side of Inferno.
Especially with Blitz locking down this Nana position. All he has to do is just periodically peek out and just make sure that the Nana corridor is clear. It's really up to EMAG to do the heavy lifting with this Incendiary Grenade, and that's actually going to be placed in a beautiful position. Forces Londale straight. You can see they practiced that hundreds of times, and everyone else standing in the open. Alistair wins actually a critical deal at Nana at the same time. Order, they make that retake look too easy on one of the more difficult bomb sites to retake in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, definitely. Up to 4-0 now. Legacy showing us enough yet to find a round off of Order. It's going to be just a save here for Legacy. They could have purchased through. They had enough money for AKs, but it looks like they want to go for a full buy in the next rounds, which is fair enough. I think, again, that'll be another one of the sniper calls.
I honestly hope Sniper is assisting them a little bit for Legacy, because that was actually really smart on how they just went straight dry into that CT spawn position, because normally you try to smoke that off as a T. What I wanted to say was that Legacy need to be taking this Nana control earlier without losing members, because you can see on the B side holders and Hats and Liaz, they didn't have any utility by about 1 minute and 10 seconds. And if you can do that every single time and just slow walk up after taking top mid control, you're going to be set. Now they're going to try and take top mid off Sicko, but this time Prime with the AK-47, much stronger. Still needs to be cautious though. Bomb has been spotted.
Okay right now though for Order, obviously this is just more or less an anti-eco. Obviously there's an investment from Legacy, but realistically, despite losing a couple of guns here, this is a fairly successful round for them. Their money is quite good after winning those first four rounds, and this will be their 5th as well. With 3 guns through, you can't really complain too much. So 5-0 now for Order, and I see everyone complaining about the volume, so I'm going to try and turn my audio.
Are we too loud? Or?
No, you're too quiet. Apparently in-game audio is too low, so see if we can sort that out. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but just let me know in the chat, guys, if you want it up anymore.
Just going to say preferably in English as well. Maybe German if you want to risk it, but that's about it.
Well, I could speak German.
Legacy are taking this Nana control hot and heavy. I like seeing this. Getting Soju straight through and actually just winning the B site right there and then trying to punish Order for going aggressive into Nana. It's going to work perfectly, actually. They can slow things down right now. Sterling's just going to be left to die in the open, really. Blinded out completely, but they can take the A bomb site. Don't know what Legacy are going to be doing here, but they need to make a really sharp recalibration.
Well, the same can really be said for Order as well, because they've just got that one player, Alistair, over on the A site right now, and you see Sicko start to float back across. Legacy has already started to make some inroads there, though. Sicko, just having a look on the angle, is going to be spotted out by Blitz. Now, we spoke about Blitz being moved on to that rifle position. Honestly, I don't think he's a bad rifler at all, so I can definitely see this new Legacy roster working out. We'll just have to wait and see if they're actually going to be able to hit another peak or anything as a result of these changes. But now really, all on to Emag on this B-bomb site.
He's going to hear it, but this is what others would say that Emag's the king of. He'll just try to manipulate a way around the smoke and make it to his advantage. He's going to make a little bit of noise to allow Alistair to rotate in, but after that duel is won by Stat. This is pretty much all over and done for. They know where Emag's going to be, and Legacy will put the first round on the board thanks to some much better decision-making, I guess, in the mid-game. It looked a little bit scary initially on because they were able to get the entries on B-bomb site, but not really enter from there. Honestly, Blitz, once again, that impactful kill on Sicko won them that round after Soju did so well opening up Nana.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, when we talk about this Legacy roster, we always talk about Blitz as being probably the star player and the guy that you really look to step up and have the strong performance for Legacy. And once again, we're kind of starting to see that a little bit tonight. With this newer roster, you know, you might be able to start talking a little bit about Sterling. He, again, obviously the AWP now for Legacy, has had some really, really strong individual performances in the past, but still fairly new as far as the competitive scene is concerned.
And he's only going to get better over time. You're thinking about it now that he's, what, really only one and a bit years of true competitive Counter-Strike experience. Same for, as in for the top tier. Same for some of the members of Legacy as well. These guys have the ability just to keep growing. And that's where it gets really scary. Let's see what happens at Nana now, Elfish, because Liaz's just going straight in.
Yeah, well, we know that Order do like to play quite aggressively on Banana at times. Hats and Liaz do be players, and this time it's worked out quite nicely for them. Sterling has been caught off guard. A lot of damage has gone over to Lonsdale and Soju as well. They've also gained control of that Banana area. So that's a really, really good push out from Order. A very good response as well to just losing that last round. And now they're really starting to take this CT side into their own hands. They're not letting Legacy dictate how these rounds play out so much.
And that's just a counter reaction coming out from Order. They've realized what Legacy are doing in their fire rounds and just shutting this down. And I think this round is all over and done for. I mean, all the corridors are being covered off. Soju is just so low. If you can do some damage, that would be amazing. But that's Order just coming straight back into it and just completely resetting Legacy. Kind of, at least Legacy can still buy a few pistols, but pretty much worst case scenario for Legacy right now.
Yeah, not too good at all. I mean, Blitz has got a little bit of cash here that he can maybe throw around if he wants to drop some upgraded pistols for his teammates, or similarly go for that head armor as well. Get himself back in line just a little bit. All in all, though, it's really not looking like a fun time here for Legacy. Now, you said this was Order's pick, correct?
I thought this was Legacy's pick on Inferno, to be honest. I'll go back and take a look at the notes.
I know that they were playing Cache as well, which was a map that Order and Legacy did play in the DreamHack course. And that went to like double OT or triple OT or something like that.
Yeah, so Legacy picked Inferno, Order picked Cache, and our remainder is going to be trained if it gets to that.
Okay, yeah. I think Legacy would have a little bit of a better chance on Cache, just judging by the results that we've seen recently between these two teams. We know Order's a very, very good team on Inferno, so I gotta say, I'm not entirely surprised to see the result kind of going this way.
I don't think many people would be expected. Like, if you have a full force Order up against a full force Legacy, it might be a little bit tighter, but you got to give it to Order every single time. Legacy so far haven't really shown up, or any members of Legacy haven't shown up to really play just yet. Bear in mind, it's still early days, and things could change, but they're starting to run out of rounds to play now on the T side.
Yes, indeed, you're not wrong. But at least they've got another gun round coming out here, so be a little better for Legacy, though. Look at the dominance that Order's got. I mean, you need to look at the CT side. You see 3 AKs, and you kind of think, okay, put 2 and 2 together, and you see Order is well and truly on top in this matchup at the moment. Even disregarding the scoreline 7-1, everything's just going perfectly right now for Order. Again, some more utility used into the Banana. This time, Order deciding not to push up the back of that, which is something that they have done and something that they haven't done. It's just going to keep Legacy on their toes.
I think that's ultimately going to be the difference as well, is how well Legacy take this Nana control off Order, and then how they're going to take top brackets off this instead. They've left Hats here, but look how much utility Hats has right now. So he's able to solo here. If Legacy get the entry, that's a different story.
But they've been struggling to get the entries, haven't they, really? Like, the only real ones you can think of are in that round that they did pick up. So 7-1, the odds are not so good right now for Legacy here. But they have at least forced Order back into their bomb sites once again. I mean, a little bit of forward position there for Sicko with the AWP, just having a look into top mid. Aside from that, though, there's not really much information being gathered right now for Order.
Yeah, they've been pushed off top mid, and hopefully with the next set of smokes, Legacy can take control of this and go back. But this is what I don't like seeing, is that they're only leaving one lurker here and not really showing any presence, because Blitz is hearing this right now, but he doesn't really spot what's going on. And it's going to keep two defenders here on the B bomb site. They're still going to execute out, and Hat's going to drop the incendiary grenade, Jordan.
Yeah, not a bad incendiary grenade either, but he's only going to be able to get a 1-for-1 there. Alistair has gone down in the meanwhile, but still Leaz sitting on this B side, and he is a very, very dangerous player. Not this time, though. Lonsdale will shut him down. That's the B side opened up. Sicko is on the rotation still, and there's not much time for that bomb to go down. It's not over just yet, Kevin, but if Sicko can't deny that bomb plan, I think Legacy ends up winning this round.
All Sicko needs to do right now is kind of just stay posted in this position and just be aware of what's being flanked, because he's actually holding the angle, and he realized no one has crossed into the back of bomb site. Clearing out Lonsdale as well, it's going to make it pretty easy as a guessing game of where these last two Ts are. They're going to look at the actual default site, Barbecue and Nana, and that's exactly where Legacy are.
Not really that much time.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're going to call it out, actually. I'm a bit surprised. They must have decided not to.
Yeah, honestly, I would have felt like Emag and Sicko would back themselves there, particularly when they have a 7-1 lead. Their economy not really in too bad of a position either, I don't think, just having a look at it. Yeah, there's plenty of money there for Order, so, I mean, I could have seen in another match, you know, Order going for that kind of a retake. But all in all, again, that is kind of a safer decision, you know, 2v2, trying to enter the B site, not much time. You can see the sense in that for Order. And they're going to go into the double AWP here as well. So this is potentially the reason that they've decided to just save that AWP through. Just to keep that little bit of extra cash up when they invest into a fairly hefty kind of a double buy here for the CT side.
Also a safety measure as well, ultimately, because with this, they're just going, okay, we're not going to, as Hats barely escapes. But to say that with them saving the AWP and the M4, it's kind of the really, really safe play.
Yeah,
You're building up the money, not allowing Legacy to get really ahead here. And as a result, you're looking to play the long game as opposed to the slow game. Is good exchange for Legacy and Apartments.
It almost worked out perfectly for Order, but we'll talk about that one in a second, as Legacy starting to make their way into Banana. Leaz again finds himself fairly alone on that B site, though Hats is still sitting in CT. He's got a flashbang, could help out Leaz here. But Leaz is just going to go ahead and do it himself. Gives Serling a little bit of a love tap on the way out there to boot.
Yeah, it's up to Sicko now to hold the A bomb site. All it requires is just one tick of the molly and he goes down. So Stat, really crucial molly that he's going to throw here. Now knows that the AWP is going to be there. Wonder if Legacy are going to play around the CT over rotation, or if they're just going to slow things down and actually still commit to this A bomb site. Actually going back right now, so...
Okay, Hats doesn't have a whole lot of HP, neither does anyone else on Order, so this is still going to be tough unless Hats gets that first kill, which he does. That going down, and Sterling with it all to do in a 1v3, but a very winnable 1v3, I must say, given the low HP here for those CTs. As long as Sterling can find those 1v1s, and he must know that Hats is fairly close by there in construction. The problem is going to be, now that all those CTs have rotated in, they can work together, they can use their flashbangs together. Going to start to see them encroach in on that B bomb site. One by one. Perfect peek there from Leaz. Gets rid of Sterling. Good retake from Order. Not leaving anything to chance.
And it's down to Sicko also baiting as well. What was the point that you wanted to make an apps, by the way? Because I'm fairly certain it was the Fallen, how SK now, MIBR do their Apartments hold.
Yeah, the double stack.
Boxed in with a rifle.
Yeah, and it almost worked out perfectly because I think Sicko got a leg shot onto the player that was on the left, and then Alistair got rid of the guy that was on the right. Had Sicko actually hit the shot and connected the kill, it would have been 2 kills straight away there for Order and not a single kill for Legacy, because it was that player that ended up trading out Alistair. All in all, I mean, a 1-for-1. Not too bad, realistically, but it certainly could have been a 2-0 there for Order, bar, you know, maybe 1 or 2 pixels.
And now, actually, fast second mid control coming out from Legacy, so completely switching things up. They've only left Sterling to lurk over to Nana, but you can see the CTs are still holding pretty firm and close. Legacy have opted to force buy in this round, and as their money is pretty much all over the place, so it's a very big assortment of weapons that you normally wouldn't see.
Well, Legacy not messing around here, just charging straight up into top mid. Soji will be able to get Alistair with that SMG, but still, it doesn't really fill me with too much confidence, especially now that the bomb has been spotted there by Emag. Sicko looking on point tonight. Not just with the pistol, but also with that AWP. Here's another opportunity against Sterling, which Sicko is going to be more than happy to oblige. What a nice little play there from Sicko.
Yeah, just dancing around Moto absolutely perfectly, and just aware that most likely the position that he's in most danger from is going to be the apartments. That's really once again down to Auto's rotations and allowing Sicko just to peek out with confidence, and well-deserved 17 kills so far. Like you said, on point. Legacy going to be on the eco again. This is where it really becomes a slog for the T side. You're not making inroads anywhere. You can't really take this B side control. You can't take this A side control. What do you do next? It looks like it's going to be a hard train up Nana.
Oh,
don't know how well this is going to go.
That's not how you really want to... Well, that's not what you want to be running into if you're doing a rush up Banana. Some grenades. Liaz there as well. Self a bunch of kills. Emag cleans up 3. All in all, you know, it's just pistol there for Legacy. And they are going to have a tactical pause here, Kev. But, you know, that doesn't really make you feel too happy if you're on the receiving end of that.
It's pretty much preordained. If you're running up Nana like that in this day and age, you're like, barring that the CTs make a massive mistake, you're never going to lose that as a CT unless you get some unlucky pistols in the face and whatnot. There's a reason why a lot of people don't rush Nana anymore like that. You just cop too much damage. You got to rely on aim.
Yeah. But, obviously it hasn't worked out for Legacy. Now, tactical pause here, 13th round. They can potentially make it 10-5. On the T side, you know, it definitely could be worse, but it certainly could be a lot better. I feel like maybe attack pause earlier would have been the go for Legacy.
To be honest, they haven't had many buy rounds really to make their way in. What do they've got? They've got 3, 4, maybe 6 buy rounds so far out of all these 12 rounds, which is, as a T side, it's pretty difficult when you're getting reset every single time. Some of them have even been kind of forced buys where one person isn't fully kitted up with a rifle and whatnot. And no, this is the last thing that you want to see right now is Sicko off the chain, ready to go nibble at some people. Yeah,
definitely. That's not a pretty prospect if you are Legacy. 1 for 1. Hats does go down. Hasn't quite been having the success that Sicko has been having with the AWP. So, I don't know. I think Hats was having a little bit more of an impact actually with the rifle. I wouldn't be surprised to see Auto go back to just the single AWP setup after this round.
I have to wait and see, I guess. As Legacy going to be grouping up, ready to try to take this top mid control first. Don't have much utility though. This is the problem with the lack of Molotovs. They can't really make inroads into the A bomb site by trying to flush CTs out. They've got to do it the hard way by flushing these corners, by peeking them, and that's where it gets scary because Alistair and Imagine just holding these crossfires when they're starting to find some good form again. Always a scary thing they're really running into.
Yeah, definitely, and like Emag's just going to be playing a little bit further forward, a bit of an off angle, the pop flash out for him as well. It works pretty much perfectly. He can't quite land the spray down that he needs, but he gets the info there for Alistair. Does get a lot of damage across as well as a single kill, and now Alistair, he's just trying to wait for his teammates to rotate across, but he can't do enough, fortunately. Still a 2 versus 2 though, and Liaz and Sicko have got a significant amount of HP to play with, not to mention the fact that Legacy's stuck in the bomb site. This is looking like it should be a fairly straightforward retake, actually, for Order.
Really depends on the utility, as well as the shots being hit. I don't know that any of the Ts are actually not inside pits, so this nade is going to do absolutely nothing at all. But I think with Sterling throwing the flashbang, they may suspect there'll be another one there. Liaz is going to just spray through the wall, try to put Sterling a little bit more on nerves.
Oh, Sterling. He's just been playing an absolute beastly sort of a sneaky kind of play. I was trying to look for the word. I don't think it matters though. Liaz will get that bomb defused in time. But yeah, Sterling, balls of steel, just sitting there, not deciding to fire. Almost clutched that one out and got enough time there for Legacy, but wasn't quite the case in the end. It was a good try, but sometimes a good try is not enough.
And Imagine just maybe missing a little bit of the spray there. You should have really gotten all 3, and as a result, won the round from there. But you can see Order, as soon as they lose this top mid control, they got timing and protocols just to flash back in and take this top mid control, which is why Legacy, they can't really... So difficult for them at the moment, as now they just decide, as Order decides to go and aggress second mid and go successfully. What do you do as Legacy at this stage? You can't take Nana. You can't take anywhere on the bomb on the map, and as a result, you just have to rely on the entries. Yeah,
look, honestly, I'm not too sure, Kev, because it just seems like whatever Order does works out perfectly for them. They go aggressive on Banana, they go aggressive on A, or they play passive in their bomb sites. Legacy just doesn't seem to have a way to kind of make any inroads here.
Like, look where Alistair is, for goodness sake. Yeah. Like, he's behind them right now.
Well, it's complete no respect, and that's exactly what Order really should be doing right now against Legacy when you're up 11-2. Alistair doesn't quite get as much value out of that as he maybe would have liked, but all in all, I mean, it's still enough. Order have got 3 players up. Sterling again in a 1v3, and this one much more difficult than the last he was finding himself in.
Doesn't have a position to work for, but he's got to at least aspire to do the best. Do you have voice chat on, by the way?
No, I do not.
You should hear what they're saying right now.
I would love to.
Ali knew he whiffed, effectively, and him and Hats are having a bit of a laugh.
He was clearly not too happy about it, I take it.
I was having a laugh still, which is what you can do as Order at this stage. You're up 11-2, Ali whiffs that spray. You can have a bit of a cheeky giggle.
Yep. Certainly. Alright, well, 12 runs up for Order. And I would have to suspect if I was a betting man, I'd probably be putting a 13-2 up there if I was to put a bet down. But yeah, right now it's not looking like Legacy's night, at least on Inferno here. Right now you kind of sort of think maybe it's time for Legacy to start thinking about map 2, because it just doesn't seem like they're going to be able to do anything here on Inferno.
Yeah, Alistair's already signed to just a go no respect mode right now, which is going to be very difficult for him to get himself out of a perilous situation, because yeah, it is decided to rush him instead. Yeah,
look, if he starts playing aggressively and perhaps no respecting Legacy, they are going to find those openings. You know, if you play aggressive like that, it's more likely you're going to make a mistake or leave an opening. Legacy in this round have taken advantage of that, with Blitz getting that first kill. So it's 4 versus 5. Another opportunity here for Legacy at least to get around, but even still, it's not going to salvage much. You're going to be up to 3. But here we go. They're going to go into the A-bomb site, so let's see how that turns out.
Yeah, good point of contact being made by Soju, but Sicko's got so much to do right now, but oh my goodness. Can someone stop this man, please? It's illegal.
Oh. And he might just get the ace here as well. Oh, Sicko. I don't know what to say about that one, Kev, but that might as well sum up that first half, really, for Legacy.
They ran into an AWP 1-by-1, and Sicko, if you're given the luxury in the world, and Sicko's hitting his shots, of course he's just going to take it. There's no flashes for Legacy, there's no trades, it just looks like, in terms of everything, their game is kaput, and in that scenario where they had such a large advantage, it just doesn't make any sense on how Sicko's able to get away with it. Kudos to him, landing every single shot and making it look so easy. Yeah. But Legacy, once again, you've got to be grasping the opportunities like that to get any rounds, and I think that's, as you'd say, the final nail in the coffin, because...
Yeah. I think it is, yeah.
Like, what do you say about that? Like, it was impressive, but it was also disappointing for Legacy.
Very disappointing, but I mean, Sicko's clearly on fire tonight. Look, he's 24-6. It's not just that one round that we have to talk about. He's just been absolutely nailing everything tonight. So, if that's the Sicko that we're going to be seeing in this matchup, then Legacy, I think, are going to be bowing out of this closed qualifier, or at least the upper bracket, quite quickly indeed.
I'll put it this way: you take Sterling off the leaderboard, Sicko has more kills than the rest of Legacy combined, and that's really the tale of the story at the moment. They're losing in terms of the firepower department. Hopefully they will get some rounds on the CT side to build their confidence back up, and this is really going to boil down to this pistol being taken so far. And Blitz through the smoke, great start. Sterling also holding on as well, beautifully from Newbox. Excellently from Newbox as well, make that as a matter of fact. This is what Legacy needed. Doesn't matter if Inferno is going to be a struggle from here on in. At the very least, they're getting some confidence back in.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a much-needed pistol round win. If they didn't win, basically the map was over. Honestly, the map probably still is over. To me, this is delaying the inevitable. But if you're going to make a comeback, if you're going to mount a comeback in the second half, the pistol round, of course, is where you have to start. So it's the building block that Legacy needed, but we'll see whether or not they're going to be able to build a tower, or if Order is just going to come in here like a baby brother and knock it over.
Did you have a younger brother?
I had a younger sister. Same analogy.
Fair enough. Legacy, I like a little bit of aggression, but I like to keep them controlled, safe and sound, because otherwise Order, they've actually taken a lot of control already towards this A site position, and you know what CZs can do, especially on the back of some well-timed flashbangs. They can overwhelm these defenders.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think Order is a team that can be taken lightly, even when they just have the pistols. I mean, seeing what Sicko can do with the Desert Eagle and then the form that he's in tonight, I wouldn't be hugely surprised to see him start popping some heads off of the Legacy players here. So Legacy definitely can't rest on their laurels here after winning the pistol round. They need to make sure that they close this round out very, very intelligently.
Beautiful flashbang. That's what I want to see. I want to see teamwork, and that's exactly how you secure your anti-eco rounds, on the back of flashbangs and good team play. This round is now surely been won for Legacy, especially on Lonsdale and Sterling just playing together.
Well, Hats has some other ideas, so too does EMAG, as they get themselves a couple of kills. The butt quite easily wrapped up, like you said, by Legacy. They'll upgrade their weapons where they can. So, balls up for Legacy. This will be the full eco out from Order. Hats has got himself a flash, but aside from that, I don't think we're much there from Order. Really what we're waiting for, Kev, is obviously that next round.
And even in the next round, they won't have the most in utility for Order to work with. Have to rely on their firepower and just try to brute force their way in. I see the SMGs farming up nice and well here.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see for Legacy. Build that CT economy up. Give yourself the best possible chance to get some rounds back here on the CT side. And if not win the map, at least kind of get some momentum coming back in your direction heading into map 2.
And just Glocks and a single P250, never going to be able to challenge out these SMGs unless one of them overextends, like Blitz is at the moment. Then you're going to get Glock down, but...
A little bit of damage done there by Liaz.
Oh, this is actually really bad. Liaz can plant.
Yep. And Liaz, I don't want to say the meme, but Liaz wins these. Maybe not this one, because it's going to be a little bit too late. But in all honesty, that's not the kind of opportunity you want to give over to a player like Liaz.
No, absolutely not. And I think he was expecting some faster rotates. I would have just tried to book it as fast as I can and try to get the bomb plant down. But hey, what do I know? I'm not the most talked about player in Oz.
You reckon he's the most talked about player in Oz?
I think I'm definitely the most hyped and the one that probably deserves it, in all honesty. We've had sessions where we've overhyped players before, but Liaz, I feel like, has, in his own way, just justified that hype, and as a result, it doesn't really, even if we don't talk about Liaz now, everyone expects a good performance from him.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, tonight is not his night, it's certainly Sicko's night tonight. But who knows, maybe later on in the next map, some fireworks out from Liaz.
Not Soju's night either, because Hats just railed him through smoke, which is always unfortunate to see as a CT defender.
Yep. Definitely don't want to get booked through the smoke like that. And that's the opening, perhaps, that Order needs really to close this one out. Obviously, first gun round, they've got the first pick. 4v5, CT's a bit stretched. Order starting to make their way into the A bomb site, so some potential fireworks out from them. I guess you need to be real careful here, and that's an important frag for Stat. He'll have an opportunity here onto Hats as well, and lands that one. Liaz comes flying off the balcony, though, for the trade. That's the A site almost opened up. They just need to find Lonsdale, but they haven't cleared the site. EMAG will get the bomb down. They get taken down straight away. Brings it back to a 2v2. This leaves Order in a really, really weird predicament.
And actually, Lonsdale in the perfect position. All he has to do is just stay alive right now and just allow Sterling to slowly rotate in. Sicko, so low. Surely they've got to be suspecting him to be around jungle side. You can see Sterling finds the correct timing. They know the last player is going to be in pit. No Molotovs to really flash him out. Oh, Lonsdale, you can't be giving opportunities when your teammate's not on the same side.
Absolutely not against Liaz either. Sterling is going to push on forward here. In the smoke goes Liaz, and Sterling will get the spam through, but I don't know, does he have the time? Doesn't look like it. Liaz, another masterful kind of clutch out from him. You know, he knows what he has to do, gets that kill onto Lonsdale, pops the smoke down, just makes it just difficult enough for Sterling to get that kill that the time runs out.
Yeah, but similarly, Lonsdale just going a little bit too early in my mind. He just had to wait for Sterling to come a little bit closer. Knew that, I mean, he knew 100% Liaz had to be in pit somewhere. So you're allowed the opportunity of getting Sterling a little bit closer and then trying to play around the angles from there. But just kind of gifting admittingly a sharp shot from Liaz over, it forced it to a one-on-one, and as a result, Legacy, I mean, it's always going to be a difficult round to win, but you've got to be capitalizing on the opportunities that you have.
Yeah, well, Legacy did not, at least that time. Time is running out as well here. 14-5 Order. Right into the T side with the first gun round, and now heading very quickly into the B bomb site, but they have so many players to deal with, and Blitz, he's going to spam a couple down. Alistair with the assist onto Hats. Mag on his own, and that didn't work out too nicely at all for Order.
You know, not smoking off coffins, allowing Sterling as well as, I guess, Blitz at CT just to go absolutely ham. Never something you want to be seeing as a T-side attacker. That said, actually this buys more rounds for Legacy, and it forces Order's economy back down to a very precarious situation.
Saying that though, Order is on the T side, so shouldn't be too worried, and any kill that EMAG is able to get here is going to cause some problems for that CT economy. EMAG using that smoke masterfully. We always talk about EMAG and his smokes, particularly on Mirage, but again, he just seems to have this little knack for making smokes work. Not waiting for him though at Banana. We'll shut him down.
Full Glock round, might as well, I guess, for Order, just fully invest in here, get armor CZs, and maybe just try apartments rush. Nana's not really going to work out. Just want to try to seize that top mid control, because I think that hasn't really truly been tested. They've kind of walked up, slowly taken it. I'm gonna see if you just push them, see if Legacy will respond back and forth, if they'll just topple over.
This will be a round we might see something a bit different out from Order. If they're going to throw a bit of a spanner in the works, it'll be around with the CZs. Hats does take a lot of damage there, but he'll get rid of Soju. So an opening for Order. Really, Hats is very low, and now Blitz just clean up that bottom of Banana.
Good to see Legacy once again just take control of these anti-ecos. The rounds that you don't want to be losing. They've been doing quite well, even after they lose maybe your first member. It's gonna be difficult for, I guess, Order to try to do any more damage at the stage, because even if you... Oh, actually, Legacy's economy is pretty shot. I didn't realize that much damage has been done.
Order have been keeping them honest. Have a look at that economy. Yeah, it isn't great. So if Order chime in with another kill or two here, be actually pretty big for them. Lonsdale been spotted out, and Liaz again looking very, very sharp right now. Sterling though with the response. But kill is good enough there for Liaz. If Alistair can get another one here, I think Order will be not disappointed with how.
Any money in the bank is always good, because it means in your next buy round you can work with it. Alistair's also got the smoke. But yeah, has to take an initiative somewhere. With a UMP, it's always going to be difficult to try to sneak a kill away.
Sterling going straight through. Alistair will dispatch of him, but the trade is there from Stat. Bomb down though from Alistair, and a kill means that Order with just pistols and armor predominantly have gotten the bomb down and 3 kills. I consider that a fairly decent force buy. Or
yeah,
pistol buy.
Similarly very decent as well from Legacy. Sorry to cut you off, Jordan, is that they're starting to chain rounds together, which is on the safety side. Especially winning against these buy rounds and rushes is going to give them confidence when they go into cache. And if they're able to just slowly build it up, and if they start the CT side, they can maybe continue this momentum forward and try to bring it back on the train, which is the third map.
Ooh. Nice shot from Sterling. Again against the pistols though here from Order. So not going to be too much of an offensive, you don't think, from Order, but then again I've spoken a little bit too soon. Soju does get picked up there by EMAG. That's the B-bomb side open here for Order. The rotation to come across from Stat. Going to just get there in time, I think, to deny the bomb plan, or at least make it a little bit more difficult. But now Order are in with a real chance here. An AK in the hands of EMAG. Liaz gets the trade onto Stat, and that'll probably be the AK over to Body. In fact, no one's actually decided to pick that one up, but 3 versus 2. Alistair gets the kill on Sterling, and Dev, it's all gone wrong here for Legacy.
Yep. Not much to say about that. Instead of, like I said, I like seeing teams take initiative, but when you're taking initiative in rounds like that, you're risking the chance of running into P250s, and imagine just masterful pistol wielding. Takes Nana, and then from there on in, Stat misses the incendiary grenade, which is really critical for him to hit at that time, but it's difficult to know the angles as well if you're not a dedicated B-site player, if you haven't practiced your nades all that much, because you can see that tiny gap. Order knew exactly how to go through it. They tunneled straight through. They got into the B-bomb site. Stat wasn't expecting it. Stat was expecting his incendiary grenade to keep them at bay at the very least. And you can see where that round panned out from there.
Yeah, this might be the last round here on Inferno. Lonsdale in all sorts of trouble. Alistair will take him down. Liaz with a deagle, of all things. He doesn't need the M4, apparently. Gets rid of Stat. Means Legacy now lasting with only the 3 players Really unfortunate kind of a round playing out for them here. It's just every single duel that they try to take, Order is winning.
It's just Order, you know, loosey-goosey. Let's just end it right here, right now. I mean...
Might as well get
what
it
you
over
can
and done
say,
with.
I mean, Legacy, it was always going to be an uphill slope for them to climb after their T side, but they're starting to at least get a little bit of confidence back, and the scoreline makes it at least look half respectable. I mean, I think for you and I, or anyone watching, you know what it is. It wasn't anything but respectable. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, look, it's 16-7's probably not indicative of the dominance I think that Order have showed there in that map, but in the end, the map goes their way. So 16-7, good result there from Order, and Legacy have some work to do in map 2. We're going to go to a break, but we'll be back when map 2 kicks off.
Incendiary out.